building boom is starting to come further east. Also, even 63 South, it's houses all the way from here to Frost being developed in there. So it's going to be.
Well,
And, I mean, all along, they have them all for sale too. The properties are all for sale
Yeah.
too. A lot of lots.
And of course, the Watts family is developing a lot of land down that way, even down as far as my place there. And they're selling their furniture, I mean, their lots, the furniture. They sell furniture too.
They sell the
Yeah.
furniture to fill it
But
up.
they're selling their lots, and people are, they're selling down at the end of 63, 3 acre minimum. So that they're getting some pretty good development there, and they're selling it.
63 and 444.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute.
That's why I would ask my councilman that, we talked about our setback lines and this got vetoed. Maybe we could just do certain, if a councilman recommends to do those setbacks within their district, to
Or
at
certain
least
roads,
do
like
that.
certain roads too.
Yeah,
That
because I know a lot of the issue, you had Highway 16 that went up to Watson. Well, it's already been 4-laned. It'll never be 6-laned, in our lifetime.
It is a candidate for 6 lanes. That is the only.
Well,
let me tell you why.
I
That
would
is
say.
the only north-south road going up that way,
Mm-hmm.
and the other route that they go back is River Road. But from the cemetery north of Denham at the city limits all the way to Watson, it's wall to wall 4-lane, and in time that road will need to be 6 lanes.
Well, now the
It will
Cuban
be a
extension
problem.
will
The
take
Cuban
care of it.
It
extension
will
will
be a
help a lot
prime
of it.
candidate, but
And
we
as soon
didn't-
as you do other roads that go north-south,
right.
you'll have some of that,
Well,
traffic will
we
get
started
taken off
off,
of it.
really about Florida Boulevard, and then it kind of morphed into all roads, and
But I think 63 would be a perfect candidate for that setback rule,
63 from,
south of the interstate.
well, our 14 road project list that is in there. From there to Epic Pipe, that's in
Yeah, it
there.
probably needs to go
And
farther.
of course, Walker South too, and all the roads on our 14 project list, we really want to reach 4-lane, so maybe we need to, in the future, focus on that maybe.
That would be something to discuss as roads that we would think would be a priority to 4-lane.
Maybe
in
so,
the next
maybe that's what we need
10,
to do,
15
back
years
up,
or so.
back off and take another look at it,
Everything's
and
coming
just
east.
go back to our 14 road projects list and,
But if you leave Baton Rouge, Gerald, in the afternoon, you can get to Livingston before you can get to Watson
yeah. Why is that?
easily.
Why is that?
Because I think it's about 15 red lights between Denham and Watson, and traffic is,
At least 15.
yeah. I heard it. I
And a
don't know if it might
congested
be,
4-lane highway.
might be 19.
It's funny though, because I travel that every day, that's the way I get home. Well, a couple of ways we can get home, but that's one of them. But the congestion is there mostly at that Lockhart intersection.
Yeah.
The Lockhart 16 intersection, that's where the traffic backs up. So you get that Cuban extension, you're gonna relieve a lot of that. Some of it's just gonna go straight up.
Or some of us coming back west though and taking 60.
But you can take the smaller streets from
Yeah,
there. Once you
yeah.
get to Lockhart, you could take Burgess, you can
Burgess,
take,
yeah, right.
Clinton Allen, you can take Perkins. There are
Well,
other options.
there are some roads in this parish that won't be done in our lifetime. But some of them, Lockhart Road from Cuban Extension to Highway 16 is a prime candidate for widening, but that's not on our list. I don't know,
That is something that we might think about.
we'll let some time lapse and maybe come up with some different ideas, okay?
Maybe discuss it with the councilman and just see. Might be
Sure,
something
and
that they might agree to.
See what they think, and, let's don't give up on it, all right? One of the things that, and David Bennett was kind of excited about the 449 exit, of course, primarily was Industrialplex. I mean, it's right there. If you get a road from Highway 12 all the way to Florida Boulevard, he even talked about a partial, not the big loop that was turned down, but maybe an inside loop, you know, going up and maybe hitting Arnold Road and going back.
Yeah, that would
Something of
help
that
a lot.
nature. That's a good idea. To me, I'm still pro loop myself. I thought we should have done it, and
That would be better than a Jubilee extension, really.
well,
It has a lot of pros.
I kind of seem to
We just need both.
think that my time here on earth, what can you get done? But I have to look beyond that and what's gonna happen in 20 and 30 years. And, you have to have a vision for Livingston Parish on infrastructure, you know, road infrastructure. That's my passion. What can we do for our great-grandchildren, you say? And how can you prepare Livingston Parish forward through
Well, that's what-
infrastructure?
That's
And-
what we here, Gerald, is to do the groundwork for that. That's what this
Well, that's
committee
right.
should be here for.
Well, I made a comment to Senator Rogers Pope and Buddy Mincey too about Jubilee Extension, and Mr. Layton, I made that comment that I probably would never ride on the Jubilee Extension unless they push me down there with a wheelchair, you know, maybe, I don't know, but that'd be all right, that'd be cool, huh?
Mr. Gerald, I will do that myself.
You'll
Yeah.
push me
I will
down?
push you down in your wheelchair if that's road
I'll
gets
stay
done
on
and
your
you're still
I would
here.
have to have me a battery-powered wheelchair for
Well,
that
might
one.
have
That little
pushed
one-
me too.
1.2 mile road.
Scooter and I will
But
push
I don't
both of you
know,
guys.
I might, I mean, after we talk a little bit more, I'm a little bit more encouraged it might happen in our lifetime, that all these roads that we're talking about probably will be done if we stay the course.
Well, let's get them going anyway.
Stay the
Started.
course.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know,
Try to-
and people, it will get done.
I try to think about every time when somebody says something about roads, which y'all have heard me say this before. Oh, we're 20 years behind, we're 30 years behind. So let's try to be 20 years ahead.
That's right.
Let's try to be 20 years ahead.
Let's start getting
Let's
ahead,
start.
getting ahead of the curve. And that's what we're doing. We're setting the agenda for Livingston Parish and giving our ideas and thoughts to the council and to the parish president and all the legislative leaders, state and federal leaders. And that's what we're doing, and that's what we have been doing. And it's starting to pay off. They're starting to think like us a little bit, so.
I know, I love it if they bring it up in a meeting and, you know, if it's their idea, that's okay. It could be their idea.
Exactly.
As long as it gets done, it could be
Your
their
idea.
idea.
Exactly. Anyway, he was kind of excited about that, and we asked him about, we give him the letter from Secretary Sean Wilson on some grants. He wasn't aware of those grants, but he's going to look into it for us and see if he can help us. He did talk about grants for industrial parks that they did get for the, what is it, Martin Bowers? By the river. They
Right.
got a
Yeah.
grant to put that road in, but they had a project for the grant. You don't go get a grant, then get a project. You get the project, then get a
Right,
grant.
yeah.
Right, right.
And he kind of went into all of that, and we're gonna get back with him on ideas, and he said he would help us write letters. I did get my email, my map, but I haven't had time to go and bring it to whoever to get it blown up. You got any suggestions on that, you and Kenny? It's a map of the whole I-12 Florida system between two of them, really. From Walker to Satsoma, takes in I-12 and Florida Boulevard. Then the other one goes all the way back to the Amite River.
Yeah.
To get it blown up into 18 by 24, do you know anything about that? How we could get that done?
Well, that's simple.
So,
Anybody could, anybody can do it. I used to could do it and I sold my plotter. I don't have it anymore. But, I mean,
You could get
How
an
do you do
engineering
it?
firm to
You
do
said
it,
you
an
gotta have
architect
what, a
firm to do
plotter?
it, or.
Yeah, I can,
Office Depot.
Home Depot can do it, Office
Office
Depot
Depot.
can do it, Home Depot can.
If we take that email down to Office Depot, they
Mac-
can blow it up to what we want?
Macklin can do it right here, Raymond will do it, Billy, you know, they'll do it for us.
Who?
Macklin,
McLean Taylor,
Macklin Taylor.
Macklin Taylor, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Raymond Mullins
Raymond
or
Muller.
Billy Taylor, anybody can do, that's not a problem.
Well, I thought about the Office Depot. I know Kinko's will do it.
See, I used to, another thing, I had 11 by
Did it?
17 printer I used to print, but it's,
Yes, we lost power.
I can't get one now,
generator.
they
You don't even
been
realize
trying to
it.
buy
Well,
it.
anyway,
Well, I saw them.
we're gonna get these
I saw
maps
the
blown
lights.
up and then
Yeah.
kinda draw the interchange in it where it might fall.
Email that map to me and I'll handle that. I'll get it blown up for you.
You get it done, huh?
I'll get it done.
And what, 18 by 24?
Tell me how big. You name the size and I'll do it.
You heard it?
I heard him, I heard
You can
I'm
make
gonna
it.
do it right now.
24, 36, whatever, you know.
18 by 24, huh? Okay, y'all be enough, huh? Because
18
you
by
be bringing it
24?
to meetings, we
See,
bring it here.
I can make a 11 by 17 easy.
I like that, something a little bigger.
But anyway, get it, I'll get it big enough for you.
We're gonna do
Well,
that.
look, let me say, you're talking about getting with economic development. I was on a tourist commission for 16 years, and we come up with projects that we wanted to do, and we're working on this thing, and come to find out somebody else over here is working on it. There's no communication with the LEDC. We need to be close to them,
Sure.
and different ones that, you know, we over here doing our little thing, and somebody else is over there duplicating what we're doing. And where we could get together and do twice as much,
Right.
you know? I mean, we're doing groundwork on something, they've already got it done. All they gotta do is say, here it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's any groundwork being done on this interchange
I'm
here.
talking about anything, Gerald.
Anything.
Anything that we do. Not,
Well, that's true. Anyway, so we're gonna be getting back with him and giving him some ideas and why we need this stuff. And he said he would help us with letters and whatever, okay? So that's, hey, we got an ally there.
yeah.
I saw in the morning paper the House Bill number 2, capital outlay, and briefly what other parts of the states were getting. And I had talked to, last year, our Senator Rogers Pope and Representative Buddy Mincy, they went through capital outlay and got $500,000 total to put on a human extension for right-of-way design and wetlands and environmental. And I got to $500,000 last year, so Senator Pope told me a couple of weeks ago they were going after several million. And don't know what they're gonna get, but they're gonna get as much as they could. So I saw where it hit the paper and I said, So I went on House Bill 2 today and looked at it in detail. And so I like 124 pages or something like that. I went through every one of them. And what's exciting about it is that I thought Cook Road was 100% funded, but there was $3 million for Cook Road extension. It was a 1 point something million for the airport south of capital outlay. And Highway 447, the overpass in Walker, was 27 point something million. Whoa, that's a lot of money, but I'm not sure it's all gonna go right on the overpass. Some of it might go, and I haven't talked to Mr. Buddy about that, to Walker South widening down to Buddy Ellis Road or beyond. You see, I don't know. I know that they were asking for some safety monies. I know they, and our Jubilee extension wasn't in there. I said, I said, let me go look at the amendments. So I started on the amendments and got down to amendment number 64. And there it was, the Jubilee extension from Florida Boulevard to LA 26, 6.5 million. Priority 5. So I text Mr. Buddy and told him where I found it and was it accurate and was it true? Did we get that much money? And he texted me back and he said, yes, absolutely. Plus 500,000 from last year. I thanked him profusely. I just would like to take the time to thank Representative Buddy Mincy Jr. and Senator Rogers Polk for being so helpful with us on trying to get infrastructure, even though this is through capital outlay through the state, but even guiding us on how to get federal money, setting up meetings with Senator Bill Cassidy and setting up meetings with Secretary Sean Wilson at the OTD. They have, both of them have really been helpful. I just like to publicly thank them for that, and they're continuing to do it. So that's a 6.5 million. That's awesome. I think that would probably buy all the right of way. I think the only house that I know that they would have to buy, because I have set that right of way up years ago. It didn't take anybody's house except the one on the end of Burgess Road. That was Don St. Romain's house. And of course, there was a roundabout going up there at Burgess in Lockhart. So anyway, that's an excellent start if we can get the right of way. And I know what Senator Pope said one time is if the state ever puts money on that project, they will finish it. So he's pretty right about that. So I'm excited.
All right, that's
I'm
exciting
sorry.
news.
You know, and I had to say, this committee right here, that was our second project on the list, and the editor of the little paper put it on the headlines one day, all of our projects. And Mr. Buddy called me in the middle of the day one day and said, I'm in the DOTD meeting, the extension is your number 2 project, right? I said, yes, sir. He said, I'm in a meeting, and I'm going back in, and I'm gonna ask them to put money on that road. So we're doing some good.
Absolutely.
We're doing some good. Grants, we was gonna talk to some other people about the grants too, weren't we? Mr. David Bennett said he'd help us. We did talk to Mr. Layton about that. Getting some grants. He did say he would help us. That was a couple of weeks ago when I met with him. So we'll tap into his department on that. So
Who is actually, do we have a grant writer for the parish? We did have it one time.
we do. We have
Steve Kissler.
Mr. Steve Kissler is the grant writer, and I know Mara Harrell's still involved in it. So probably I'll be reaching out probably next week, this week. I was out, this week's maxed out with me. I had eye surgery last week. Thursday I'm gonna have this eye done, and I can see good on this eye, and this eye is blurry. But you ever had that done, Hugh? Cataract surgery?
Yeah,
You see okay now?
yeah. I had
You
to
too
start
young.
wearing glasses though.
I'm too young.
I didn't wear glasses for a while.
Anyway, I should be better after Thursday, so then I'll be able to see.
But I don't have but one, Joe.
One what?
This was no good.
It won't work? You blind in that eye? Really? Not from the surgery?
No, no.
Okay.
From the sixth grade.
So what?
From when I was in the 6th grade, I got it put out.
Oh,
Oh, goodness gracious.
The
Do we
local bully
want to
put it
know
out?
how?
a local bully punched you in the eye?
Playing, got stuck something.
Playground,
Yeah.
okay.
Did you say 26 million for the Walker overpass? Is that what you said? How much for the Walker overpass?
A little over 27 million.
27 million.
But I don't think all that money's going to the overpass. I think a lot of it's going, I believe, and I could be wrong, and we'll try to talk to Mr. Buddy and Mr. Rogers next week and
Maybe they'll re-engineer
I
that
don't know when the session
roundabout.
ends. Do y'all know when the session ends?
June?
You have trouble with that,
I
that
don't remember the
roundabout?
exact date.
You have trouble with that roundabout?
Uh-huh,
I
yeah.
can find out real quick if you want me to.
I have a habit
Would
of not
you?
wearing my seatbelt sometimes, but
Oh.
every time I get close to that, I put it on.
There was another project on the list too, I didn't mention, it's the roundabout at,
Please.
64, right there where Frog's place is at.
Mhm.
64 and 1019 is a 3-point-something million roundabout there funded by Capital Outlay.
Really?
That'd be good.
What
So
about,
that's-
what about the roundabout at Juban 119?
Let me just tell you the latest on that,
Roundabout.
on that fiasco. And I talked to, there's a guy that works for DOTD, it's kind of a liaison with the landowners, and I talk to him monthly, and the guy that's over the superintendent over at Juban widening on, and he told me the other day that the construction company that bid on the roundabout in Florida went belly up, so to speak, went bankrupt and can't finish it. So they wanted, the DOTD wanted KCR to take it over, and they said, no, they can't. They got too many other projects lined up, so his thinking was that DOTD is gonna put it out for rebid,
So Casey, did you say KCR?
KCR,
KCR. They're doing the extension.
or something.
Say they-
They're doing the the
That's
Juban
Kathleen
extension.
Something.
The new
Um,
bridge at French Settlement over Amet River there, that contractor went bankrupt also.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
that
So-
project
They've been
stopped.
working on it the last couple of
That
weeks.
project will be
They
rebid,
stopped a while back.
Mhm.
I'm guessing another year, then 2 more years, and they'll be finished their project between Juban Crossing and Florida, that part of it widening. He told me this year, so you got 4 lanes that are gonna go to a 2-lane red light.
But you're gonna have side lanes.
Well, you got that
You're gonna
little
have
turn
turn
lane
lanes
to
that
the
go to the
right.
right, and you'll have a turn lane that
That
goes
little
to the left.
bitty, that little bitty thing.
2 lanes that'll go probably to the left, right?
There won't be 2, it's just one. Whatever's there now is all you'll have, unless they come in and add something. It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you asked the question, and that's where they at. Well, I don't have anything else that y'all do. Kenny?
No,
Have we gotten any updates on where we are with the zoning?
I think the other night, I went back and
The
looked at
zoning?
Channel 21
Mm-hmm.
and listened to it. You don't hear much from that audience. I don't, what's going on up here.
Mhm.
But you can go back and look at it on Channel 21 and play it backwards and forwards, and you get clear. I might be wrong, but I think Miss Tracy said that this year. But she would know. She'll be back in a minute.
Mhm. I think the electricity went out, we're on generator.
I don't know. Oh, there's a new ordinance that the council is gonna hear next meeting. I think most is sponsored by Mr. Gary Talbot on, the proposal is all residential developments, the number of acres, the way he explained it was, if you got 100 acres, you can have 2 per acre. And that's 2 houses per acre, that would be a maximum of 200 lots. And you won't have these little 55-foot lots everywhere. I call them Maryland subdivisions myself, but.
I lived in it 10 years.
Gerald,
I shouldn't say that.
boom.
You have
What,
that?
what's the latest on
Yes, tell
zoning
us that.
maps? Did Mr. Tracy talk about that the other night?
What was that?
Zoning maps. What is the latest on the maps?
We did receive maps, yes. Our office, each council member received a packet.
You receive,
A packet of the maps.
oh, you did?
I actually got a packet, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, if you'd like to look at it. You wanna know about the session,
Mhm.
legislative session? It convened on Monday, March the 14th, and the final adjournment is no later than 6 PM on Monday, June the 6th.
June 6th.
Thank you.
My computer was turned off as well.
Well, they off on Fridays, so I'll try to reach out to them this Friday, so maybe the 6th. That answer your question about zoning?
I mean, yeah, we just wait and see what comes out.
See how it works out. Ms. King?
I'm good.
Okay, that's all I have, so anyway. Meeting adjourned.
Happy Easter, everyone. Happy
Yeah,
Easter.
Where's our candy at? Did you get any candy?
I got some in the truck.